Hello everyone, I am Renowned Zero, and today we're going to be talking about apparently that Link from The Legend of Zelda is now somehow a trans and non-binary icon, according to the Mary Sue. Which, according to Polygon, about 2 months ago, he was a gay icon because he was wearing this dress when he's literally in disguise, trying to get something or save someone. But we're going to jump into this article here. I've been wondering all day if it's an exaggeration to say that Link from The Legend of Zelda was my first gender. That doesn't make sense. Now that I'm writing this article, you know what? I'm going to go with no. Link was my gender before I knew what gender was. Get some help. I knew I wasn't a boy, but I also knew I wasn't like all the other girls. That's called a tomboy. I was some mysterious third thing. A tomboy. Still a female. Femme, sometimes, but not always, with a body and mind that resisted any easy categories. It's called gender dysphoria. Get some help for your mental illness. So was Link. No, he wasn't. Link has always been straight. Link has always been male. It's not going to change now because you deem it that way. Back in the 80s and 90s, Link wore his trademark green tunic and cap as he quested through the forests and deserts of Hyrule. He shapeshifted, becoming a rabbit and later a wolf. Sometimes he dressed in drag, as a disguise. When I slipped into the world of video games or pretend play, I didn't picture the awkward girl with frizzy hair. He's not a girl. I pictured myself as androgynous, lithe, and strong in my own way, like Link. Yes, Link is very strong. He came from Kokiri Forest, grew up, saved Hyrule. Turns out I wasn't the only one who saw my gender identity in Link. In honor of the release of The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, the sequel to 2017's Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, this Gizmodo has published a roundup of trans players who see themselves in Link. Yes, this is obviously possible to see yourself as someone who is not like you. But in this case, they're talking about trans people see themselves as Link because they believe Link is trans. No, Link is straight. Link is male. Point blank, period. Many see Link as an explicitly trans character. He's not. We've seen this in comics and we've seen this in video games. He is absolutely male and straight. He's not a female. He's not gender neutral. He's not any of these weird old things. Things that y'all make up in your heads. While others see him as more gender fluid, he's not, and that ambiguity is part of what makes his character so compelling and euphoric. It's truly beautiful to see so much trans joy in one place. Sure, there can be joy, but again, he's none of those things you just named. For instance, one contributor, Vaya, points to Link disguising himself as a member of the all-female Gerudo tribe as a model for how to navigate gender presentation. That's not what happens. Having Link to look toward as a role model recontextualized so many features and qualities that I had been socialized to view as feminine. But if the hero time could put on girls' clothes, be perceived as a woman, and then take off those clothes and be assured in his identity, so could I. Again, it's akin to Cloud from Final Fantasy VII dressing as a woman and trying to save his friend Tifa from Don Corleone. They said the same exact thing about Cloud, saying that he was a trans icon because he put a dress on one time, not giving you the context as to why he was doing that. Same thing here, not giving you the context as to why he's doing it. There's a purpose to why he's dressing up as this Gerudo. Indeed, the article points out that Link's character design was meant to resonate with all players, not just men. The article quotes a Time magazine interview with Zelda producer Eiji Aonumo. The character was made so that you can relate to him without being male. I wanted Link to be gender neutral. Doesn't mean that's what he is. I wanted the player to think maybe Link is a boy or girl. If you saw Link as a guy, he'd have more of a feminine touch. Not really. Or vice versa. If you related to Link as a girl, it was more of a masculine aspect. Yes, because women love masculinity. I really wanted the design to encompass more of a gender-neutral figure. He's still male and straight because he's still attached to the hip of Zelda, who is a female, who he's in love with. So I've always thought that for either female or male players, I wanted them to be able to relate to Link. Yes, you can create a relatable character without trying to put in your sexuality, because honestly nobody cares. In a social and political climate that's making it harder and harder to experience gender euphoria, it's nice to know that there are still places where gender can still be explored and celebrated instead of policed and punished. Thanks, Link, for giving so many beautiful people such a profound and affirming mirror. Again, you are not Link. Link is a male. Link is straight. But again, this is coming from the same people who said that the new artwork of Link in The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom is a dangerous thirst trap. Now, going to their latest article, it's called "Thank You Nintendo for Making Link Shirtless in the First Act of Tears of the Kingdom," which they fully admit happened in the first game as well. Welcome to the Mary Sue, your primary resource for the Link thirst beat. No one cares. Your website sucks. Because look, Link is hot. The fact that Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom iteration of Link was specifically designed to be gender neutral. No, it wasn't. He said he wanted it to be gender neutral. He's not gender neutral. He's clearly male. Based on the physique of the character, he's clearly male. Just makes his hotness all the more glorious. It's a warm glow you can bask in, and we get to bask in it for the next 100+ hours of our gaming lives as we make our way through Tears of the Kingdom. And I'm pretty sure producer Eiji Aonuma and the rest of the Legend of Zelda team know he's hot. Well, yeah. They want men to look up to him. They want females to, I guess, look at a hot guy. Because, again, sex sells. They have to, because why else would they choose to make Link shirtless for the first playable stretch of Tears of the Kingdom? Maybe to make it similar to Breath of the Wild. What's more, Tears of the Kingdom is now the second game in a row where Link starts off in just his boxers. There you go. Breath of the Wild starts the same way. There you go. They wanted you to feel like you're playing a game similar to Breath of the Wild, clearly. This poor guy, he keeps getting gravely injured and people taking off all his clothes as a result. Obviously, to nurse him back to health, they have to heal the injuries. It's typically what happens, even in real life. I feel bad for Link. I do not feel bad for me. Link gets what technically qualifies as pants pretty quickly. It's more of a skirt, a squirt perhaps? I guess. Like with Breath of the Wild's Shrine of Resurrection, as you head out from the inner chamber, you find some clothes, but very much unlike Breath of the Wild, there was no accompanying shirt to go with it to be seen. At first, I didn't think too much about the lack of a shirt because I was too far busy giddily diving Link's ass off. But after a shirtless conversation with Rauru, I started to think I really did miss something. And so I looked up the location of the ancient tunic, and I found out that Link's tunic was way on the other side of the Sky Island. He was going to be shirtless for a second. Hell, you solve a shrine before Link gets a shirt. It's maybe an hour of game time depending on your pace. When does Link get a shirt in Tears of the Kingdom is getting searched enough on Google that engine just auto-filled the search bar for me. It warms my heart that this is a reasonable thing to search for. So thank you, Eiji Aonuma and the Tears of the Kingdom team. This is a franchise with overtly sexual, buxom, giant fairies. So it's not like we should be surprised by any opportunities for thirst placed in the game. Still, I sure appreciate it. So again, this person sounds like they don't like the fact that they sexualize the fairies in this game, but she's perfectly fine with sexualizing Link. Somehow it's okay to sexualize the male characters for the females, but it's not okay, most likely according to her, that's, again, not okay for males to sexualize the female characters in The Legend of Zelda. So, to sum it all up, Link is straight, Link is male, he's attached to the hip of Zelda, he's been in love with Zelda forever, and no, Link is not trans or non-binary just because you want it to be able to supposedly relate to this character that you're a fan of. You're not really a fan of Legend of Zelda. You're really a fan of inserting your own bullshit and your own sexual identity or gender identity onto a character who is clearly not what you want him to be. Thank you all for checking out this video. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers, returning subscribers, and new viewers and returning viewers. If you do like this video, hit the like button. Comment below what you feel about all this. Subscribe for more content. Click on the bell for notifications. Set the bell to all. That way you get notifications anytime I post a new video. And I will see you all on the next one. Peace.